sticking to the food side of things. In today's video, I'm going to talk about that, changes that we might make to our eating and drinking, and perhaps approaching that in a way that we find less of a struggle to adhere to stick to. And as I mentioned yesterday, there are two things we can change. We can change what we do and how we describe, think about it, what we say about it, and so on. So firstly, changing what we do. Because often what we do, particularly the eating side, is we think we have to eat essentially like an athlete or a nutritionist. We decide to go from one end of the extreme to the other. We decide to go from eating in massive excess of lots of processed stuff to eating as little as humanly possible of super fresh, nourishing, natural things. And that, of course, in theory, would work great. But it's probably not going to happen. It's probably too big a jump. So what is that knowingly suboptimal version that we can do that is still sufficient to take us in the direction we want to go in with some degree of pace, but that we're happy to do? What tactical changes can we make to what we're eating that we're, give or take, equally happy with, that we enjoy just as much, take the same amount of time, effort and money to prepare or to have, but that will still create an average, whether that be a calorie deficit or some other measure that takes us where we want to go. And secondly, how can we change how we describe all that, how we talk about it? Can we perhaps stop using the words like diet? Can we stop thinking about restriction or cutting out things? Because that sets us up to not want to do it. Anytime we talk about diets, restriction, willpower, motivation, all that kind of stuff is something we don't want to do and that we'll struggle to maintain. If we just decide that we're giving a shit about what we put in our mouth because of how it makes us look and feel, that we're treating our body with love, care and respect by what we provide for it, that we're eating appropriate amounts of food that we enjoy but that will still help take us in the direction we want to go in, that feels a much easier thing to stick to. So in short, for the eating side of it, what's the knowingly suboptimal but still worthwhile version that we're happy to do that will take us in the direction that we want to, rather than this theoretically perfect version we're just not going to do? And how perhaps can we change the way we describe and think about that to make it something that we're much more likely to do?